one of the things this is kind of a little shameless plug for us, but one of the things that we've concentrated on over the last couple of months is pulling all our client records and figuring out who has all our retirement accounts have beneficiaries that because you can't open an retirement account without having a beneficiary, at least on any of the platforms that we use. So one of the things that we've been looking at is some of our non-retirement accounts, making sure that people are updated with their beneficiaries for exact same reasons, because we do come across a handful of people that don't have wills, and at least having a beneficiary, at least somebody can get access to that money a little bit quicker. But if, for an example, say if we open an account for somebody and they have, let's just say $100,000, they're single, they name mom and dad as beneficiary, let's say they pass away. And we know mom and dad because mom and dad are clients as well. And they call us up and we say, we're sorry to hear about your son or daughter. You are the beneficiaries on their account. Are we legally allowed to distribute that money, even though that they're beneficiaries? Or because if that person doesn't have a will, shouldn't that be done? Should we have to wait until we get a letter from the court to say it's okay to distribute those funds?
No, because they put specific beneficiaries, usually like they bring in a death certificate or, some sort of proof of death and whatever forms that you guys need filled out, that's all that they really need. And you can distribute those funds because they put a beneficiary on it. It makes it a non-probatable asset. So it goes
Okay.
outside the will, it goes directly to whomever the beneficiary is.
And one of the things I think people miss too is one of the things that we come across often is even checking and savings accounts at their local banks. Many newly married people. I just had a conversation where the gentleman last night is going to be getting married, and we had the conversation: are you going to have joint finances, or are you going to continue to use your separate accounts? If somebody gets married, or not even married, back to the same young individual that passes away, if they don't put beneficiaries on their checking or savings account, then that would be probatable, right? They would, then you would have to
Correct.
go through the process. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. If it's a single account, if it's not, so if it's a joint account, and a true joint account where both people are using it, it's not just one for convenience, but like both people are using it, it's if it's a joint account, it's considered a non-probatable asset and it's all the other person's. If it's, a single checking account, you'll say it's just in my name, I pass away, um, and there's no beneficiaries on it, it goes into my estate and it has to go through the courts. The banks make it pretty easy to add a beneficiary, or they call it a paid on death.
Mhm.
A POD is what a lot of banks will call it. And you can add it on there and kind of the same process. If you have that on your checking your savings, bring in the death certificate, fill out their forms. And usually it's a couple weeks versus 7 months. So
And to all the listeners out there, when they say, "Well, I'm young, it's not going to happen to me," Juliana and I were talking a week or so ago. In the last 2 years, we've had more clients under the age of 55 pass away than we've had over 70. So, you know, these things are very important. You just never know. I mean, it's sad and very, very sad in a way. When we get those phone calls of young people passing away, but it does happen. And to every point that you laid out is nobody's invincible, and proper planning prevents, back to the blended family situation. Holy cow.
right.
That could get really ugly really quick and a lot of feelings hurt.
Yeah, it definitely can. So that's where putting your wishes on paper just makes life a lot easier for everyone.
For sure. Well, we're just about out of time, and thank you very much for taking the time to plan and present today. We really appreciate it. And again, Sarah's information is up on the screen, and we'll be sending out links via our YouTube channel for people to watch the presentation back. Thanks again, Sarah. Really appreciate it. And have a great day.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah.